Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They check it to 10. Hey.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the New Orleans Saints.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Here we go, here we go. 15 line it. 15 line. Get it home. Let go.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Let's go now. 10 Lobo. 80 weapons.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Trying to lay one up deep. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Martin operating from the gun. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Let's go. Let's do it.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
60 Pittsburgh. Alpha.
To throw on 2nd down. Martin, flush to his right. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. From 13 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Down. 10 Lobo.
Let's go.
Get it.
Looking to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Martin throwing middle, and it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And the Chargers first down.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Running on first down, Eckler. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Greystone, travel.
Check boy B. Hey, Mike 51. Check.
Here's Martin. Off the play fake. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack.
Ready? 90, Wolf.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Martin now on third down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. This quarterback now already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 8 on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of...
Ingram churning. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. 2nd and 6. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch a 6-6. Pull it high.
2nd and 10. He gets it to Thomas. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and it passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Caught by Montgomery.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
2nd and 5. He's got Smith here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's go now. 10-2 start.
24 is the mic. 3 bucks, go.
He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Martin looking to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Martin. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Martin. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go, set, 90, Wolf.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
80 weapon.
They go play action here on 1st down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now back to throw. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 27-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on, as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Escaping the pressure right. Letting one go deep for the end. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that.
He's got a man complete. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. Becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He got 29 yards that time. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And Thomas has it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. They're going to look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Back to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
90 Wolf.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Hey, wahoo!
To throw is Martin. To throw on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Desmond King picks it. So he actually goes back about 9 yards on the return, but the interception is clean, and they have the pigskin, and they take over.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Hey, exit. 22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Deep river.
Now Martin, off play action. It's caught. Decker fighting through, and he's got space. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 58 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's Martin from the gun on 3rd down. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They'll look to throw here. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at...
And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And it's complete. Hooper. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Get it ready.
He'll drop to throw. And this one complete to Smith.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Trevor Williams there on the coverage.
Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. He's got Hooper on the short connection, and he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking now, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. They'll look to throw. There he goes, right. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
The quarterback keeps it. It's a loss of 1.
One man in the backfield. That's Gordon. 2nd and goal. And a curious play call here, to say the least. Thought it might be a trick, but no, he actually goes down to a knee. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. To rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
And an alley to run. He's got the first down here inside the 30. A big play there by Gordon. 41 yards. Big run here in the 4th as they continue to wear down this defense.
And that's when the offensive line coach clicks onto the headset and says, head coach, offense coordinator, let my guys fire out and hit people. We're wearing them down. Let's finish them off with the running game.
And they will take a knee here.
The quarterback on the keeper.
One man in the backfield, that's Gordon. 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the Saints' 4-yard line.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback keeps it.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee.
The quarterback on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down and goal.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. They go screen. This is Ingram. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll set up a throw. This one complete to Ingram. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. The throw over the middle taken in. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a desperation throw deep down. This is caught inside the 15. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards. Looking to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2nd and 5. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for our visitors, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.